This is the ZSU-37-2, a Soviet SPAA at Tier 6, BR 8.3, and costing 220,000 RP to unlock. Being placed at BR 8.3, the ZSU-37 will be placed nicely in a lineup alongside vehicles such as the BMP-2, T-10M and T-55 variants, so there certainly is a functional lineup for this vehicle to go with. So starting off with armament, the ZSU-37 is armed with a pair of 37mm 2A11 cannons, together being able to output up to 500 rounds per minute. Each gun then has 270 rounds of ammunition supplied, giving the vehicle just over a minute of trigger time before all of those rounds will be expended. The guns can elevate up to 87 degrees, and while this is not quite vertical, it should easily be enough to deal with most enemy targets that are at higher altitudes. The vehicle then has a turret rotation speed of 42 degrees per second. While still quite fast, this is a downgrade from the earlier ZSU-23. As for the available ammunition, there are 3 belt types for this vehicle, with 2 types of round in those belts. The default belt has an even spread of HE-FIT rounds and APT rounds, whereas the other 2 available belts consist purely of one or the other. Personally, I mainly took out the APT belts as I wanted to have a good level of anti-armor capability, and a 37mm AP round will still do a fair level of damage to air targets if it can get a hit. I continued to use these APT belts throughout my time playing the vehicle, as the HE-FIT rounds, while having explosive filler, do still require a direct hit on target to actually do anything. And as I found out that the APT rounds could still take down most air targets with a single hit on target, I just kept using the APT belts to maintain a good level of both anti-armor and anti-air capability in-game. Of course, the same can be accomplished by using the default belts, having an even spread of both high explosive and armor-piercing rounds. However, against ground targets, every other round that you fire will be essentially useless. As for hitting a target, the ZSU-37-2 is fitted with a search and tracking radar. You will get radar assisted aiming, giving you a lead indicator. This can be especially useful against slower targets such as helicopters. Hitting aircraft, however, is a bit more difficult. It is of course best to fire when an enemy aircraft is going in a straight line. If the aircraft is turning even slightly, the lead indicator you will have will usually be incorrect and lead to your shots missing. And of course, as you need a direct hit to actually inflict any damage, this will likely just lead to a waste of ammunition. I would personally say that the ZSU-37-2 is much more capable in the anti-helicopter role than it is against aircraft. Moving on to armor, there's not really much to talk about. The thickest armor on the entire vehicle is 9.4mm of rolled homogeneous armor, and it is fair to say that this won't stop anything. It is even possible that a 7.62mm machine gun could get through this if it was close enough. Then of course the vehicle can be hull broken if anyone so much as sneezes. However, we cannot talk about the armor without mentioning the most advanced feature of the ZSU-37. Yes, that's right, it does feature a log mounted on the back of the hull. Not only does this provide an additional 100mm of armor, but it also provides moral support for the crew of the vehicle. A few other points of note: the ZSU-37-2 does not feature any night vision devices, unlike the Shulker, which is before it in the tech tree. The vehicle then has 7 camouflage schemes, all of which are fairly standard for Soviet vehicles in-game, 5 of which can be bought for Golden Eagles. Well, that concludes my profile of the ZSU-37-2. Hopefully you have enjoyed and learned what you wanted to know about the vehicle. If you did, do feel free to leave a like on the video, and if you wish to see more content such as this, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.